I skipped the SH Figuarts Gamerverse Spider-Man at pre-order. $100 less accessories. It made no sense next to the Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man. But then the hype hit, and not gonna lie, this looked too good to be ignored. Even with reviewers calling it an expensive disappointment. So are they right or missing something? Because this might be the best Spider-Man figure of the year or the worst. Let's start with the good. The reason why I finally picked up the SH Figuarts Gamerverse Spider-Man. The machinations included a straight web line so Gamerverse Spider-Man can actually swing properly. The curved part of the web line should face forward. Once you do that, he can hold it with both hands and the pose instantly looks more natural. A quick comparison with Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man, which came with not one web line but two, rubbery or bendy. Another standout is the web shield, which you can use for web throw poses. You cannot connect the web shield to the web line. I had to use a bit of sticky tack or blue tack in order to fake the connection. But honestly, it's not a big issue at all compared to the other issues that I will show you later. The size of the shield actually surprised me. It can fully cover the SH Figuarts Gamerverse Spider-Man figure. And Tamashi added a clear handle so he can hold it properly. Even without a paint wash, the sculpted texture looks great on camera. Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man web shield cannot fully cover his body. It's a regular sized shield. This is what really pushed my FOMO. Instead of standard open palms, you get bent fingers for wall crawling. And it looks like how he crawls in the comic books and movies. It's a small detail but hard to ignore once you see it. You also get a two-piece cardboard effect for a massive web throw. You need to elevate the figure to sell the pose, but thanks to the leg articulation, he can actually recreate the in-game move. The thing that convinced me to get this figure is the silhouette, the muscular build. Spider-Man's torso is like an inverted triangle. It feels like the game version of Spider-Man. Compared to the Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man, this is a completely different body type. The Legends is taller, but the Figuarts is truly game accurate. And honestly, the shelf presence alone is what made me start questioning the hate. But this is what they say. As a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 version of Spider-Man, there's an expectation. The SH Figuarts Gamerverse Spider-Man should be able to recreate the in-game moves, not just look the part. This is where things get interesting. In the arcade games, Spider-Man uses a variety of web-based attacks, but Figuarts doesn't include effects like the web ball. Meanwhile, the Maximum Series Spider-Man actually does include one. In the game, there is two web balls fired, but at least Hasbro gave us already one. Even though it's not a Gamerverse figure, the Maximum Series Spider-Man can recreate more of the iconic moves straight out of the box, minus the silhouette. Although the Maximum Series Spider-Man is clearly a comic book inspired version of the character, it feels like Hasbro gave collectors a mix of game and comic accessories. He was truly the maximum Spider-Man version Hasbro has to offer. Both Marvel Legends and SH Figuarts Spider-Man has two masked head sculpt. There is a slight difference in terms of the thickness of the eye lines and the white eye size. In terms of hands, SH Figuarts came with 10. Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man has more and includes most of what the Figuarts has. The unique accessories Marvel Legends have is the beloved unmasked Peter Parker head, ungloved hands with visible web shooters. And honestly, for $50, this might be the most complete Marvel Legends Spider-Man ever released. So from a value standpoint, it's easy to see why I skipped pre-ordering the SH Figuarts Gamerverse Spider-Man. It has less accessories and double the price. I already had multiple Spider-Man figures. I didn't think I need another one until this figure started dominating social media. And that's when the FOMO slowly grew in me. When I finally decided to track this down, it was sold out everywhere. AmiAmi, Hobbyjenki, and even HobbyLink Japan. eBay prices were already climbing. Thankfully, there is another way, and this is actually where I got mine, through JP Fans. It's basically a proxy that lets you shop directly from Japan, sites like Surugaya, Mercari, and even Amazon Japan. That's how I've been getting Japanese figures like this, often way cheaper than domestic or reseller prices. If you're trying to hunt imports without overpaying, it's worth checking out. Now let's talk about the biggest controversy: articulation. Spider-Man should be able to hit the iconic Spidey squat. The Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man can do it easily with its ab crunch and upper torso swivel. But the SH Figuarts struggles. The argument is Spidey does not squat in the game. But still, this is a Spider-Man figure, so it should pose like a Spider-Man figure. The SH Figuarts has an upper torso and waist swivel combo, but you can barely use the waist swivel because Bandai added a lower back piece to hide the gap when bending forward. It looks great aesthetically, but it limits the movement. And it gets worse. When pushing the pose, the lower section along the waist can separate. And Bandai even warns about this in the instructions. The plastic looks durable so far, so you can return it back. Same with the paint rub across the torso and the hips. It's also documented, Bandai warned you. So while Bandai is being honest, it does make the SH Figuarts Gamerverse Spider-Man, a $100 figure, feel slightly unfinished. And that's where I start to understand the criticism. Even the missing black web lines, while the darker red lines in the figure is accurate to certain game renders, can be a deal breaker for some collectors. Personally, that part doesn't bother me at all. But the articulation, that's harder to ignore. And side by side, the $50 Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man can actually pull off more complex poses. In the comments below, let me know, did you pick up or plan to get this figure despite of the articulation issues? If you're a 90s arcade purist who needs the VV Marvel vs. Capcom 2 silhouette, SH Figuarts is your best pick. But if you care more about hitting the crazy poses than looking game accurate, save your $100 and stick with Hasbro. Next up, let's take a look if the SH Figuarts Spider-Man can fit in with the Marvel Legends Gamerverse figures. If you found this review helpful, hope you give it a hype. Give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and share this with our fellow collectors. Places where you can get this figure and with added discount in the link below.
I'm Tuggernaut.
Before we look at the size comparison, I forgot one special accessory this SH Figuarts has. It's the Spider Sense, which feels like another over-engineered design by SH Figuarts. It could have been simple as the Maximum Series Spider-Man, wherein you just attach it to his head, but Bandai included a stand which you attach to the back of Spider-Man. That's really interesting. But it does allow dynamic posing because it can swivel. Still, I don't think it's really necessary. I could have used a sticky tack to attach a seamless and clean Spider Sense. The Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts Gamerverse Spider-Man action figure stands 15.5 cm or 6.1 inches tall. In the comic books and the game, Peter Parker is listed at 5 feet 10 inches tall. This figure is slightly tall for the 1/12 scale. For the SH Figuarts Gamerverse line, so far we have Cyclops and Spider-Man. Soon, Wolverine is confirmed to come, and also teased is Psylocke. Here is the SH Figuarts Gamerverse Spider-Man and Cyclops besides the complete Marvel Legends Gamerverse figures for a Marvel vs. Capcom display. I included Marrow and Cable since they are clearly based on the game. Plus the Blackheart Field a figure, which is the same size as he is in the game, and Iron Man. Besides other Marvel Legends Spider-Man, the Retro Spider-Man, the Renew Your Vow Spider-Man, Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man, and the 6-armed Spider-Man. As expected, SH Figuarts figures are shorter than the taller 6-inch scale Hasbro Marvel Legends. MCU Spider-Man besides Gamerverse Spidey, the Amazing Spider-Man Andrew Garfield, the friendly Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, the Final Swing Suit Spider-Man Tom Holland, and the No Way Home Spider-Man. 1/12 scale Mafex figures. I was wrong, you can remove the jacket of Mafex Jubilee. Mafex Brown Costume Wolverine, Daredevil, and Rogue. Only Daredevil is taller than the SH Figuarts Gamerverse Spider-Man. 6-inch scale Jada Toy Street Fighters, SDCC exclusive Player 2 Pink Chun-Li, Ryu, Balrog, and the shortest Street Fighter figure, Cammy. She is also shorter than Spider-Man. Joy Toy Level 9 Dora Rifleman, Boss Fight Studio Epic Hacks Red Sonja, Darna by Halimo Sculptures and Loose Collector, Burning Hammer Master Wee Lee by Loose Collector. Are these the better versions of Deadpool and Wolverine? Here are the SH Figuarts Deadpool and Wolverine figures. I reviewed and made a comparison, hope you check it out. 6-inch scale versus 7-inch scale size comparison, Marvel Legends Juggernaut via the Figure Wave Rogue and the Marvel Select Rogue. Marvel Legends celebrating 80 years of Hulk and the Marvel Select Immortal Hulk. For packaging, the design is similar to Gamerverse Cyclops. It's in an all-blue box. Spider-Man has a slightly thicker box. On the other side is the name of the figure and a promo image in blue and white color. At the back is some promo images of the figures. Unboxing the SH Figuarts Gamerverse Spider-Man. He comes with 2 plastic trays. The first tray is the figure and most of the accessories. The second tray has the web shield alone. Behind it is the Ultimate Web Throw cardboard and inside is the Spider Sense. So what's the internet right? Mostly, the SH Figuarts Gamerverse Spidey is far from perfect. It's a classic case of aesthetics versus engineering. If you want a Spider-Man that actually moves like Spider-Man, you're better off waiting to see what Hasbro will do, whether they will repaint or create a more game-accurate body of Spider-Man. Because definitely Hasbro will win in terms of range of motion. But if you want a Spidey that looks like he was ripped straight out of the game and has that big body presence on the shelf, you're not going to find a better sculpt than this. Hardcore Spider-Man collectors, this is a unique piece to add to your Spider-Man collection. Casual collectors, save your money. But if you decide to buy the SH Figuarts Gamerverse Spider-Man, don't pay high aftermarket prices from eBay or elsewhere. Use my JV Fans link. It's the best way to dodge those crazy prices, especially if you combine shipping on a few pieces. Check out my guide in the top right corner of your screen. It will tell you how to use it. It's just easy, just like any other shopping site. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please give it a hype, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and share this with our fellow collectors. I hope to see you in the next one.